going into the weekend, there was some real nervousness on the part of a number of the very senior Senator Obama campaign advisors. They worried that the margin could be very tight or that he possibly could lose the state. They just didn't know what the fallout would be from the Reverend Bush and his response to it. However, looking at the exit polls, I see where about 60% of the voters said
Brooklyn is getting to the bottom of things as usual.
He's winning overwhelmingly in the black vote in North Carolina. That's turning into most of the income categories as well. Normally, he does well at the very low end and at the high end, but what we're seeing in North Carolina is that he's doing well in all of the middle class between $50,000 and $75,000 a year. Now, the win by Senator Obama in North Carolina is something else as well, which has been of some concern to Democrats, whether they're for her or for him. That is that this continues, this political knife fight to the end, and she wins in some form or fashion. What happens to black voters in the fall when they feel that they had the greatest opportunity that they've had in more than 200 years now to have a man of color running for president of the United States, winning more delegates, but losing the nomination? Do they just go and stay home come the fall? And so that too has been a great concern. And you see the strength of his numbers in a place like North Carolina when it comes to the black vote, 92-7. It's been true in most of these states with a very heavy African-American population.
Well, to that point, Tom, you had contact with both of these campaigns at the highest level. What does the Clinton campaign say about that issue? Because presumably that would be the issue they would have to deal with. It would be as daunting to them as the opposition to Senator McCain, perhaps.
Well, they suggest that maybe Senator Obama on the ticket with Hillary Clinton at the top would resolve that issue for them. I mean, they continue to talk about that behind the scenes, and she hasn't raised it as much publicly as she did a month ago when we were dealing with Pennsylvania. But that's one of the ways that they think that they can deal with that. And of course, a lot of it would depend on Senator Obama himself and how he would handle losing the nomination to her. This is all highly speculative at this point. The math is still very much in his favor in terms of the delegates. And if he wins in North Carolina tonight, which is a delegate-rich state in the primary, there will be a great sigh of relief because the Obama campaign has been the worst 3 weeks that they have experienced since he first began his rise in Iowa. And to come back with a very substantial win in North Carolina tonight
Brooklyn.
will give him probably a renewal of the momentum that he had before.
Tom, you know, we watched that movie the other night, and that Washington showing of the film about the recount in 2000. And if you think about what happened after that vote, the Supreme Court's intervention, it was African Americans in the Congress. Remember how zealous they were in trying to get that rejected, that Supreme Court intervention. It was the strongest community in the country on the hottest issue, and the hottest community of concern about that matter, the way that was decided in 2000.
Well, they continue to feel Andy Young has led a real career in this country to have more focus once again on the Voter Rights Act. He thinks they need to go to the next step now. White Tuesday is the name of his campaign because so many African-American voters and people...
I think you should get her booger.